on? How you doing, bro?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Django. Yeah, good. Thanks. It's been a crazy week in that crypto.
Yeah, it's been a crazy
Everything,
week. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
everything's happened. Yeah,
everything down. Bitcoin taking the lead, everything following. And I was very surprised that that our Dogecoin it hung in there over or the
uh,
20 cent mark. Is it? Yeah, the 20 cent mark.
yeah, around the 20 cent mark. Yeah, and yeah, I think for like for meme coin, Dogecoin is really doing like extremely well. People can't really complain.
Bizarre though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because we discussed it last week. What a
yeah,
futile kind of coin it is,
yeah.
and it's almost like, as I said last week, it's like people are just for the fun. They're kind of jumping on it, and
It's just for the fun. Yeah,
that's the element we can
yeah,
never 100% foresee. That when human beings start to be, oh, let's back this. Like when Trump was voted in, people didn't really think it was going to happen, and a lot of people voted in for fun, just to be rebellious.
just to be rebellious. Yeah,
And I
and then
think
before you know it,
Dogecoin is a little bit like that, isn't it, bro?
yeah, it is very much like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Some good comments there last week. Um, a couple of them I was afraid to address. I got one there um, from about Dogecoin and a pretty good and informative comment, but much the same as what you were saying yourself. That it is basically it's not a reliable currency, but um, at the same time it appeals to the public. It appealed to them because it was a very cheap coin, and Musk gave it a push, whether he was being joking or
Most and some other celebrities as well,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you know,
and it just shows the power of media and his
look,
influence.
it's a meme coin. What does the internet love the most? It's memes.
Memes, yeah.
It's going to pump.
Bizarre. So I thought it was a good point because it's such a volatile week in the market. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
and I was speaking to you just before this call. You were talking to me about the bear runs and the bull runs. Maybe just give us a rundown on what that actually means, Django, please.
Well, let's just say that we've been like in a bull market for quite a while. And the bull market just it's very hard to define what the bull market is, but like in simple terms, it's is when you have like the price going high and then
Right.
it goes low and then you have like a higher high and
Yeah.
then it goes a bit down and then a higher high. So like
So it's
it's
a
always
slow climb.
yeah,
It's
it's a slow
falling back,
climb.
but
Yeah,
in the overall picture, there's
yeah.
a trend upwards.
Yeah, and people are optimistic about the market. They say, yeah, this is good. This is looking good. This is going to go up. So we say that that's a sorry, that's a bull market.
A
Yeah,
bull market. And
yeah,
you were saying there's another expression then is the bear market.
yeah. And the
Yeah,
opposite would be like a bear market.
right.
Something to do with bears going to sleep and like hibernating. I'm like, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so when things sort of take like a downtrend, then you would say that like we're entering a bear market.
Okay.
And we're just talking about that because now we have this big dip, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it, like we had highs, then we had like always higher highs,
Right.
and so meaning that we're in the bull market. But now we are at the turning point. You know, we have like a dip again, and if we start having uh, lower highs. So let's say that the graph will look something like this. You
Right.
have a high and then you have a low and then you have a lower high, then you have a low, then you have a lower high. So that means that it's a downward
A
trend
downward trend. Right.
or a bearish trend. It means that we're entering a bear market. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And an interesting point is that even if we
Yeah.
find ourselves, I mean, in our particular situation with our
Yeah.
cold
Yeah.
turkey speculation, we're expecting that even our what we're going to do, even if we're in a bear market and the trend continues and things are dipping, we're going to wait till we find that the bottom of that dip and then just buy in more because we believe eventually it's going to take off again,
Yeah.
right?
I think like history has shown us that like the good projects they
Right.
will they will stick around. And this is let's say it's the second like huge bull market. There was another one already 2017, 2018.
Yes.
People made like insane gains and then it crashed.
Yeah.
But that crash was a big opportunity because this bull market of right now was much bigger than the one before.
I see. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh.
Yeah, And so if this trend continues, because crypto is huge, but at the same time, not too many people know about it. You know,
Right,
if you
exactly.
ask the normal folk, they don't have a clue what it is.
Well, I wouldn't have known anything about 6 weeks ago until we
So
started this show.
the next bull market,
Right.
probably there'll be more people in it, and will be even bigger than this one now.
Yeah. And that's what we're hoping for,
Yeah.
really.
So I mean, we are positive in the long run, because if this is a dip, and we're still in the bull market, what's there to worry about? Things
Exactly.
are
It
good.
could be just a dip in the greater
Yeah.
scheme of things.
Yeah.
It could be still
If
heading up, but it's just
Yeah.
we're just having experienced some of these drops in this climb,
Yeah.
or we could be on the way down
Yeah.
in the trend.
If
We need another few weeks to see how this is panning out, I think, don't we?
Yeah. If we're on our way down, like to a bear market, it's an opportunity for the long run.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah.
if we get down to the price drops really, really bad on the coins that we've got or anything already, we've studied these coins and we feel they have a useful function. And here's what I'm going to do. If it drops really, really bad, I'm going to wait till I get it at its lowest and buy in again.
Yeah. So I'm just going to share my personal
Please
strategy.
do, yeah.
My personal strategy is, if this is a bear market, if we're entering a bear market and the prices are going to go all the way down, I'm going to focus on the research.
Right.
I mean, I already have my favorites, but I'll redo everything, because this is the opportunity.
Yeah. No, I hear
So
you.
I'll pick my favorite coins and I'm gonna go all in.
Yeah, we're going in together, Django.
We're going all
Yeah,
in.
guns blazing.
If you go all in a bull market, it's always dangerous, because it could take a downturn at any moment.
Right, I get that. Yes, of
It
course.
could take a downturn at any moment.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing, isn't it? Jumping on it when you see it climbing, but that's what pushes prices. But the clever seem to always know when to pull their money, don't they? It's like there must be a conglomerate of very wealthy people think, let's pull now, yeah. And like 3 or 4 of these guys like that are multi-billionaires, they could change the whole market, couldn't they, by pulling their massive wealth.
We call them crypto whales.
Crypto whales, yeah.
So the whales, they manipulate the market to a certain extent. They can't do whatever they want, but they have power to manipulate. Let's say like a I don't know, Ethereum, for example. There's a couple of Ethereum whales. There's one guy that owns like 10% of all the Ethereum that there is. If he sells his share, that's going to affect the price a lot.
Right. And yes, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, because he has such a large share, his proportion of it, maybe if he has 10% of it, it will make a difference to what this one particular dude does.
So it's another, it's even like a good tip generally. Just Google yourself, like crypto whales. You're going to find who they are, and you see what they're doing.
Yeah, it's simple as that. Follow him. Follow that whale. And tell us, bro. We had Andrew Gilmore asked there if about VecChain, I believe you mentioned. Did you get any beef on that?
I'm going to get onto that one, because I haven't heard much about that project, and I saw the comment there. But unfortunately I didn't get time to speak to have a look at it.
Yeah, there was a couple of comments there I couldn't address because they were beyond my my skill.
We're sure going to be back on that one. Next week, we're going to expand on that question.
Good, great stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Great stuff. So how's everything over there in Germany?
Well, it's going all right.
Yeah.
We have this pandemic curfew type of thing.
What's going on over there? You guys still in lockdown?
Well, I can tell you that I don't even know myself. They change it so many times.
I know.
And there's been curfews, and then the curfew was over, and then there's curfew again now.
Right, and here what's been happening is we keep getting a date, and they keep postponing it, so we never even get to enjoy a few weeks and get a little break. And as I said this before, and I said it on a couple of the different shows, we're the most locked down country in the world, and I don't get it. I think our proportional response to the problem was proportionally disproportionate. I think we overreacted. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have stayed. We couldn't. I think we could have operated better. We could have had. I think we could have operated better. We could have had more places open. I mean, I was in town today. Some places were packed. There was a lot of people downtown. It was a nice day. People were hanging out down around Stephen's Green. It was quite busy. There was a lot of people hanging out up around Grafton Street, sitting in the sun and just sitting around. And there was a nice atmosphere up in town. But quite a lot of people around. And I just thought, it's just the shops are closed.
So the shops are still closed, yeah?
Yeah. Only the essentials, of course, are open.
Yeah. No, I mean, I say that because I've been sort of following the graphs. Yeah, I look at the graphs, they're like the daily cases.
Yes.
And then in Ireland seems to be like under control for quite a bit, you know?
For sure.
In Germany, we keep getting like new waves. There's always new waves, you know?
But you guys have opened a couple of times, haven't you? And then had to close back down.
Like we never went into like a true hard lockdown. It was always like on, off, and it was never complete lockdown.
Well, we had the complete.
One thing that Angela Merkel was people criticizing her for that. I don't know myself what was the best thing to do, but it's been always like on and off. You know, it was never full lockdown.
You know, and listen, I don't know either. You know, but I just suspect there's a little more to all of this than we actually know right now. Dun, dun, dun. That's how I feel about it, rightly or wrongly. It's just a little bit sinister. It's strange times, my friend. Strange times indeed.
Strange times indeed.
Yeah, nearly lost your. Oh yeah, I was standing on the wall. I was wondering. I only heard you in one ear there for a second. And well, listen, bro. So we went through a rocky week with the crypto. Down a bit now.
Week.
Down
There's
about.
A lot of FUD at the moment. Yeah, we could talk about what
FUD. What's FUD?
Yeah, so FUD, like in crypto, people say a lot of that. It just stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, FUD.
Yeah. So people say that there's a lot of FUD in the market at the moment. Yeah.
Rightio. And is there an expression for when things are good?
When there's people like trying to make things look like they're good, they say that there's people spreading hopium.
Hopium. Yeah, what a great word, huh?
So there's a lot of people spreading hopium out there. They don't do their research and they just say, well, it's all good. It's just, you know.
Yeah, so there's 3 new words today. I got whales, hopium, and FUD.
Yeah. So a little bit of the lingo.
Bit of crypto speak. You got to. We got to know what these people are talking about anyway, don't we? Like when we're engaging with them.
And English isn't even my first language. I had to learn all this myself.
I know, and now you're learning German through English, and your natural language is Portuguese. Your head must be mashed.
Portuguese. Yeah.
How do you find coming from such an emotive language like Portuguese, which is a Latin language, and now speaking a Germanic language? Through English, you're learning German, I presume. So, and you've only learned English there like 10 years ago or whatever. So, how are you getting on with the German, bro?
Well, I mean, I'm doing okay, you know, like I survive. I can have basic conversations, but I'm not making progress as fast as I wanted.
It's not an easy language, is it?
It's not an easy language. Not an easy language. Let's just say that but the mountain's a bit higher for German than it was for English, you know?
Yeah, I get that. And
I made progress so quick with English, and I get so like motivated. Like, I mean, this is cool. Like,
I'll do German now. Yeah,
I can do this. Yeah, so now I'll do German. Yeah, it'll be just the same.
German is a mathematical language, which is why I thought you might be. You might have adapted to it, but I suppose if you didn't have to learn English and.
No, but I think we sort of talked about this before. You know, it's like everybody says that German is a mathematical language.
Right.
It's true to a certain extent.
Okay.
But my opinion is that German is a mathematical language, but built on a pile of mess. You know, the foundation.
The foundation, yeah.
It's just a big pile of mess. It doesn't make any sense. It's not mathematical at all.
I see.
At all.
Okay, yeah.
With this pile of mess of a foundation that they have, they built on top of it a very mathematical language. You know?
Well, good luck
So
with that.
if you get past the basic,
Yeah.
which is the hardest part.
I know. But I found that with German when I was over there. You know, I lived in Germany for like 8 years or so, and it almost after being over there about 2 years, just from one day to the next, I just started speaking it. I was slowly hearing things and recognizing what it was saying, but I didn't have the confidence to engage because I would go into a shop and ask for like a packet of cigarettes. Say I'd go in a 20 Marlboro Bitterchen, and she would go, that will be 4 marks 70 cents. You know, or she would speak to me like back in English, and I would just shatter my confidence. But then from one day to the next, I just went in one day and 20 Marlboro Bitter. Dankeschön, bitteschön. That was it. I was on a roll then.
Yeah, but that happens a lot in big cities. You know, like you talk to them in broken German, they just reply to you in English.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's not going to happen in a small city. Like right now, I'm in a smaller city, and here they don't want to speak English to you.
All right, well, that's good. That's good. Like in France, you know, they won't speak English to you unless they know you're Irish or American. If you're English, they will say, learn some French. You know, but, oh, you're Irish. Sorry, I thought you were English. Like it makes any fucking difference.
Friends, you must speak French.
Yeah, you know, that's what because to them, France is the center of the world. You know, if you're living in France and you're French, you know, like, and in England, that's the center of the world there. And here in Dublin.
Maybe this colonial times thinking is still stuck with them. Yeah.
For sure, bro. And that will reverberate through them for the next 20, 30 years till their isolation from Brexit and Europe starts to really, till the consequences unfold for that because, you know, I think the way forward for us globally is to unite, not to divide. To build bridges, not walls. You hear me, Trump?
I think that guy, the South African guy, you know, he has a good bit about this one.
Yeah.
I think it's Trevor Noah.
I seen him, the Saturday show. Yeah.
South African comedian.
Yes.
They're saying that if they complain about like immigration, like in Britain,
right,
that's their own fault.
Yeah, because they own half the fucking world.
No, they went all over the world and told everybody how great Britain was.
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah.
Nobody even knew that they existed, but they went all over the world.
I know, absolutely bizarre when you think about it, because they created their own nightmare, didn't they?
Yeah. They created their own nightmare,
and that actually led them to pull out of Brexit. Even it was the fact that they thought they were going to have to deal with a lot of refugees. Do you remember this false thing about all the refugees that were supposed to come? Before Brexit, before the vote, they had posters everywhere of all these people queuing up to get into it, looking like thousands of people in the queue said, they're on the way, vote Brexit. And there was a scare, hate campaign type thing. And it got everybody afraid, and everyone said, no, let's get out of Europe so we don't have to take all these people in and all our jobs and all that sort of stuff. And it was a campaign that was fueled by fear. Never mind F.U.D. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You know, there wasn't much hopium going around then.
There wasn't much hopium going around then.
No, there wasn't, bro. But listen,
their hopium was the Brexit, and it turned out to be only hopium and not really any facts to it.
Right? Yeah. It was all fur coat and no knickers. But listen, Django, it's been really good again. Once again, thank you for taking the time out to talk with us here.
Always good talking to you.
Sure, likewise, bro. And we'll check in with you next week, and let's see what happens in the market in the next 7 days.
Yeah, the markets and like in the world. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Absolutely. Yeah. The market is the world, isn't it? All right, Django. All the best, bro. Stay safe over there, and watch out for these Germans. Okay, bro.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.